Good morning. It is Saturday. It's time for Off the Ledge on a very, very rainy Saturday in New England. The Pope's funeral is probably finishing up right now. I would have watched it if the orange buffoon hadn't attended. If he had not attended, I would have watched it. Those 3 things in a row that I really, really wanted to partake of. So I just can't. I don't want to see the Antichrist. I don't want to hear anything out of his mouth. I don't want to look at his ugly face. I don't want any part of it. Anyway, I can connect with the energy of the deceased, so I'm good with that. And you can too if you practice. So today, I have my little wand here. It was interesting though, this morning all of a sudden I had this urge. I was like, I need to make tomato sauce. And so I made tomato sauce, and then I thought, how Italian of me. So I guess I'm picking up on the vibe. So let me first tell you that I am receiving messages from Spirit, from my guides, that are saying this. Lots of messages. This is an important one for today, I feel. If you're thinking about something that you don't want to happen, why are you thinking about it? It's as simple as that. If you find yourself thinking about something that is just horrifying, that you don't want to be happening, and you don't want it to be your reality, why are you thinking about it? Why not think the opposite of that horrible thought? And the other thing that another way I want to put that is, like, right now, there's a pretty good likelihood that if you're watching this right now, in the moment that you're watching, those terrible things haven't happened to you. The terrible things that you see and that you worry about, right now, the reality is those things have not happened to you. So why think about them over and over and over again? Because this is how the dark side works. It attempts to get you sucked into a fearful mode. And once it has you where it needs you, fearful and weak, it will get you to create the tendency for that terrible thing to come closer. This is such an important message. So if we're sitting here in our present moment awareness, and what we're putting into our consciousness is all the things that could happen, all the terrible things that could happen, we're literally increasing its power. So just stop it, right? And I don't say this just for you. I say this for me too. I actually had Jim Acosta has a show on YouTube, and you know about Rosie O'Donnell and how Dumpy was always bashing Rosie O'Donnell, Rosie O'Donnell this and Rosie O'Donnell that. So she ended up, after he got elected, she ended up moving to Ireland. All the power to her. If I were her, I may have done the same. But I didn't find it useful to listen to all the terrible things about Dumpy that she kept spewing. So about midway through, maybe less than midway through, I turned it off. And I turned on Michael Beckwith, who has Agape Church, and there's an interview with him online. You can Google him, Michael Beckwith, on YouTube. And I'm constantly being directed to redirect my thinking. And that's what part of my work is, to direct those who are listening also. And just to as a reminder, because a lot of us know this, but we don't have a lot of support for that out there in society. Out there in society, they just want to either withhold important information from you, i.e. mainstream media, or they want to terrify you. Don't fall for it. All right, on that note, let's go to Ernest Holmes. A message to my members. Tonight we have our psychic party, and we're on the beginning energies of a new moon that hits tomorrow at... The new moon in Taurus hits tomorrow at 3:17 in the morning. 3:31 in the morning. Okay, so the moon enters Taurus, and then a few minutes later, we have a new moon in Taurus. So in the wee hours of the morning. And join us for church tomorrow, too. Don't miss it. It's always good. Easter was amazing. Okay. From this first line, there's a hymn that I think I'll probably integrate into the service tomorrow. And it's from the Psalm. He shall call upon me and I will answer him. From Psalm 91, verse 15. And Ernest says this for today. All nature shows a divine relatedness. We have but to contemplate the blade of grass, the growing leaf, or the solar system to see that God who has created us has shaped and arranged all things to prosper and to exist in harmony. The Spirit knows only harmony, and a similar harmony now exists in my world. My thinking, in accord with the good of God and acted upon by God's creative activity, can displace nothing that is good, and cannot subtract from the good of anyone. If there seems to be a difference of opinion or a conflict of human will, we turn to the divine wisdom. Here we find the answer that awaits us. It becomes clear to us how we may further the good of others and be free to accept our own good. We give up all impatience. We are in accord with divine activity and experience a perfect state of progress that cannot interfere with anyone else. We lay aside selfishness and fear. We know that the loving and bestowing Spirit gives of itself to me and to all others. There is no scarcity of good. Our blessings are abundant, and by sharing them we add unto ourselves. With serenity, joy, and love, we now understand the true meaning of happiness. We see that no pain or sacrifice is entailed. There is only God's wisdom, bringing peace to all. We are happy, and our world is made glad. I'm going to go back and read a sentence. We lay aside selfishness and fear. We are in accord with divine activity and experience a perfect state of progress that cannot interfere with anyone else. Now, I say this often, but I'm going to say it again because it bears repeating. When Ernest Holmes did all his amazing writing, let me see what year this says. Well, it's been reissued. Doesn't say when it came out originally here. But it was during World War II. I'll find out when it was actually written. This book was actually written. In the horror of World War II, when the Nazis were invading all of Europe, and the Holocaust was happening and all that, Ernest was coming out with this. So let's really keep in mind that in the face of all the terribleness we see in the world, and the world is evolving and growing, that these beautiful writings came out. And I think that it made us, it really contributed to making us as a human civilization move forward after that very dark time. A prayer of protection today. The light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and so it is. Let's listen to Kathy Beale's Astrology Report. EmpowermentUnlimited.net is where you go to support Kathy and to support yourself in getting an astrology chart reading. Here we go.
This is Kathy Beale of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro Insight for April 26, 2025. Keep your wits about you. Choose your battles. Huge forces are going at each other, continuing a process that started in early November. Do you want to waste this energy fighting with trolls on the internet, or would you rather use this potent energy to clear something up in your life, to push something forward that's been stalled for months? Choose your companions and your activities and your environments very deliberately today. A lot of angry people are out there. You don't need to be one of them. That's all for now.
I love it. It lines right up with what I was saying. Decide what kind of energy you want to create today. And incidentally, that's what we do at the Psychic Party. We create an energy, and we're going to be celebrating Beltane and the new moon. And to become a member, just hit the join button and below my videos. You might have to scroll down a little bit. I'm not sure, but if you just join at whatever monetary level you wish for a subscription, you'll be part of the Psychic Party. It will be set to members only, and you can watch it tonight, starting at 7 Eastern Time. Let's pull 3 cards for today to give us some guidance. So, you know, based on what Kathy just said about the astrology, just know that you can create an atmosphere of peace and magic. Peace and magic. I like it. And may all the people who attended Pope Francis' service be safe and protected and inspired and moved by his spirit. Great intensity leads to completion of the old. I was thinking about this card this morning, and breakthrough. The light breaks through. So don't let the temporary insanity make you insane. I have on my arm, this too shall pass. Don't let the temporary insanity make you insane. Make the temporary insanity that you see in the world something that makes you move into the truth. And the truth is, love is all there is. Love is the only thing that is real. So lean into the love. And speaking of Michael Beckwith, I heard him during this interview I just was listening to mention that service, when we serve others, we're happy. So true. When you see these, self-aggrandizing people with insatiable greed that are terrible and inflicting cruelty, who wants that? Let's have a breakthrough. Let's have a breakthrough today. Focus on the love. Love is who you are. And service is what we're all about. So let's selflessly serve today, even if it's just to put out a beautiful, friendly vibe to whomever you encounter. And if you think you're not going to encounter anyone today, maybe go to a community gathering or some kind of event. Make a little effort, right? That's what I have for you today. I'll see if I can do a pop-up. I did pull some cards this morning, and it indicated that the emperor is going to experience a downfall, and it felt like the Biden-Harris connection was part of that. So let's just keep our eyes on the ball. Have a great day. Namaste. See you soon. Bye. Thumbs up. Subscribe.